Hi, my name is Janaea and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be going to Driftless Glen Distillery in Bearable, Wisconsin.
Now, that is about 1,500 to 2,500 pounds super sack, as you call it. It's called a shaker. So just like you shake flour, right, when you're baking, same thing. We're shaking the grain from that shaker to the auger at the very bottom, and then auger from the bottom up and into the distillery with that auger, okay? Now, what makes us special here is we walk around, you know, what that means is simply they use the previous batch of the grain or the back set to jumpstart the next pounds per batch, or one batch. 10 barrels. 10 barrels. So one batch. That's a lot of grain for 10 barrels. So as you walk in the garage door here, you look to the right, you kind of see that auger going up. Okay? This is the mash cooker. You're going to cook with steam heated water. You're going to look anywhere from 8 to 10 hours with that water, the grain, and then we're going to bring that temperature down from 205 to 150, and from 150 to 90, add the yeast enzymes right here, and then pump it out to one of the 5 fermenters. So does anybody want to climb? Want to go up a couple things? Or how about one thing? Yes. So why don't you want to go? You can smell it, you can see it. By next year, you'll be able to taste it. For 2 weeks. Why so long? So 7,000 pounds of grain, 2 weeks to ferment, and each batch is not consistent because of that sweet mash, right? Not sour. Why do we do that? Because we get more single barrel choices here than we do blends, okay? That's why we do sweet mash. So we'll go from the fermenters to this large green beer well here. That green beer well is like a French press for coffee. All we're gonna do is add a little bit of water, we're gonna mix it, press the grain down to the bottom, the grain will be pumped outside, the liquid ethanol, if it's bourbon or whiskey, we'll go from there to the top of this. Now this is a 44-foot tall still, 10,000 pounds, 18 inches in diameter. Now our owners are up here every week, right? And every time I'm on tour, I get somebody, well, how much does this cost? Well, they didn't tell me. They're pretty private people, so you know what? Google's my friend. So this is a Vendome continuous column still. They've been doing this since the 1800s. You know what that means? I can get a quote. So I did. So not this model, but a base model from Vendome is $1.5 million. So I'm assuming it was a little more than that, but that's the average price. So this one and the copper pot right there are both from Kentucky. So what it does, liquid ethanol goes to the top. Gravity fed, steam heat goes up. 21 plates or windows. They do our conversion for us from liquid into vapor, separated by temperature and density. Okay? So, the good stuff that you can drink, right here, the wastewater, the methanol, the bad product go outside. The good stuff goes from here to the copper pot, and then recondensed down to a drinkable liquid up and around to here. Okay? In that Hoover container right now, I have this. This is White Dog. Not to be confused with White Lightning. White Lightning is moonshine at 190 proof. White Dog is simply a spirit by federal law has not been defined yet. This has to go in an American white oak barrel to be called bourbon. Called bourbon. No? From Germany. Stainless. Why? Because only vodka, gin, and moonshines come out of here. Now, gin and vodka are the same base. It is the juniper or the pine you add to it that makes gin, otherwise it's vodka. Works exactly the same way. Broken down in the column, finished off in the pot. Okay? So how do we finish the spirits? Because just like that White Dog, vodka, gin, and moonshines have no flavor whatsoever. We gotta flavor it if you're gonna drink it. Because trust me, you don't want to drink it if it's here, right? So, on this table, I have 2 items that we flavor our Wisconsin gin. Wisconsin gin has hibiscus, ginseng, ginger, and spearmint in it, okay? So, all of that product is either the root, the rind, the berry, the juice, or the extract. We put these in a cheesecloth, put it in the infuser, run that product through it, and infuse it with it. The only thing that's fake here is when you try it on the tasting, is the s'mores flavored moonshine. It's chocolate, marshmallow, graham cracker, caramel, vanilla. It's fake. There's no way we're out there cooking marshmallows and throwing them in the still. Graham crackers like, come on, let's go. So our owner chose this type of bottle. Why? Because Renee, being that owner, she really wanted to edge all of the thumbprints, so the owners right there. Yeah, it's great art, but for a more practical reason, pouring, you can get a good grip. The windmill grain is Midwestern source, so grain to glass kind of concept, and it will always say Driftless Glen. So if you don't know where we got our name, well, you don't know where you are right now. We are in the Driftless region or area of Wisconsin. Okay, we're not flat like the rest of the West. That's why we have a wonderful aquifer, just like Tennessee and Kentucky with the sandstone limestone. Okay, Glen is Baraboo, Wisconsin. We are in the Rolling Valley, which is a glen. Okay, that's where the name came from. So, if you can just imagine, let's go back 4 months ago. Close your eyes. She did it. One person did it. If you can imagine 4 months ago, we did not have this. We had only Casey bottling by hand 200 to 480 bottles a day. That means filling with a pitcher. I don't have that. I can't show you, but yeah, filling with a pitcher, corking it, stickering it, you name it. It was pain in the what. So our owners obviously realized that we needed to go automated. So we can do Casey can do 12 to 3,000 bottles a day. We actually really need 6 more people, but obviously the industry, we all know, any industry, can't find staff right now currently. Yeah.
It's not work from home position.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no. So how it goes is the first station is sanitizing, second station is filling and corking the labeling over here. So this is still by hand. That means Casey has to put the cellophane wrapper down, heat gun. Now we got Menards. Menards is great first. Puts it down, seals each wrapper around that container. Then this is a barrel pick. So I'm not sure where these people are. They don't have my meters on, I can't read it. No, I actually don't know where they are at all. So this is a barrel pick from stock. Yeah, I don't know where they are.
Stock market, yeah, it doesn't tell you.
Yeah, it doesn't tell us. But they did a barrel pick just like Festival and Hy-Vees and Whitman's and all that. And so we'll put the individual sticker on the bottles by hand still. In case you will box it, taping, pallet.
I always see Case just name on
Oh,
there.
Bottled with Love by Casey.
Yeah, this is what the barrel picks looks like. But more importantly, I want to talk about the espresso balsamic. When you walk in the bar and restaurant, we have the wonderful oils and balsamics. Well, why do we have to have them? 2 reasons. One, the Baraboo River. Longest running river in America. If you don't know what that is, flood. So we don't have fryers here. We can't have a grease trap underneath, right? We wish we could, but we can't. So our chef said, hey, I need some products I can use together or separate for marinated meat, salad, soups, you name it. So these all come from Oakland, California. Large containers like this, we bottle them here back in the corner, okay? And also, because of, not with love, not this portion. There's no love in that, there's angry, bottling. But because of your drinks. Our liquor license. So if you ever want to see what $80 million looks like, well, here it is. We have 7,544 barrels just in this building alone, $80 million. And we do not move a single barrel unless we're ready to pick them or we're doing a barrel pick. Why? Because of the climate. Obviously, winter being 9 months nowadays, the barrels don't age. That's the downside of being anywhere in the Midwest or any cold weather state. But the benefit is the barrels contract. And so much that surface space is being used, we get a richer color, richer flavor. And then when this hot weather comes, you can see it's so cold in here because that's due to the evaporation of the water and the alcohol out of the barrels. We want to keep the garage door open. We want to let that climate affect all the barrels. But what does that do? We lose 7% of the product out of these barrels. So 35% lost on average, okay, per year. Okay. Angel Share and Devil's Cut. Angel Share is that evaporation that you see everywhere. Turns the barrels black, brown, right there. And the Devil's Cut is lost to the barrel. I don't have a barrel stage, so I can't really show you that, but okay. Questions? And that's what it pictures. Open the bung, take the plug out, put our thief, which is a big brass and copper rod. If you ever work in the service industry and you straw drinks, or you're at home with straw drinks, make sure that they're good. Same thing, that's what a thief is. Copper rod, we pull it out. That's not how we do it in this building, okay? That's only done in the distillery only. Look at this, the drill bit it. Take the drill, pull the sample out. But you know what these are? Air holes. So this is all air up here. Below that is where the sample is. And actually, we just marked it yesterday, right here. This is where it is. So we're only gonna get about 5 bottles out of this barrel. And to be honest with you, barrel number 1 probably won't be released to you, but barrel 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 will. When those barrels have about the same amount, then that will be $400 to you. To be honest with you, it's not how smooth it is after 12 years, it's all the loss. This price point we're gonna give you. I'll probably go to gin, bourbon, then brandy, rye, and moonshine. You get to pick up to 5 if you want, 1 out of each category. If you do not like the category, skip it and get to something you do want to try. Cool? All right, 3 vodkas, premium, cucumber, or lemon. Now, do you know what makes it? Why is it premium? Marketing.
You get charged one.
I know, amazing.
Wow.
All right, so anybody want to try one of those? Premium, cucumber, or lemon?
This is not an bourbon.
Vodka. Good lady over here will try cucumber.
I like this one.
So, the Navy. Now, Navy was once required on a ship. Normally that's either rum or gin. It's also 114 proof, and it's all juniper, piney. New American Orange. Most popular, Wisconsin. We already talked about it in the back. All that botanical, floral. Okay, you might like that one. And the most unique gin to us is called the Double Cast. It's gin that we put in 2 bourbon barrels. One new, one used. Over there, aged for 1 year, and voila. Okay, you try that?
Belly up.
Bourbon whiskey is our flagship. It's what we started with. It's been blended out of multiple barrels to get a consistent flavor over and over and over again. I have 2 single barrels, one at lower proof. Because I have no liver or kidneys anymore, my favorite is 120 proof. Okay, no dilution. Okay, you're in. All right, then I have 3 specialty bourbons. Two that are finished off with a port wine from Portugal. One ruby, one tawny. And this is the most unique to us. This one is a wine, or used to be a wine from Spain. It's a sherry orange wine. Brought the barrels over from Spain, put our bourbon in it to get some of the orange wine properties in it. Cannot buy it anywhere except for here. Anybody want to try that right away? Moonshine.
I'm gonna try it just because.
S'mores moonshine.
You will like it.
Wow.
All right, so we actually make a great chocolate martini here with this. I actually soak marshmallows in an ice cube tray. You freeze the marshmallow, water glass in front of you. Fill it up with s'mores moonshine. You cook your marshmallow, cool it off, and then take it right out the skewer with your graham cracker and chocolate. Oh, okay. I thought you were asking for more moonshine.
Fill up for water glass. You gotta try it.
So overall, Driftless Glen Distillery was really nice. I would give it an 8 out of 10. The distillery was a little smaller because in the smaller town, but they make up for that in their bar area, their restaurant area, and also all of their whiskeys are really, really good. I also tried a gin, and I also tried s'mores moonshine, which I ended up buying. So I ended up buying this moonshine. It's s'mores moonshine, 56 proof and 28% alcohol. This is really, really good, and the guy recommended that you drink it with hot chocolate or coffee. But I think I'm gonna try it with I think I'm gonna mix it with my chocolate whiskey and then add either ginger ale or cream soda to it. If you ever decide to come to Wisconsin, Driftless Glen Distillery is 45 minutes north of Madison. Thank you for tuning in to my video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.